I'm here with a very special guest, Nico Lagan, and today he's going to give you guys the top 5 skills that every young man needs to master in today's world.
I grew up without a male figure. So for the past few years, I have dedicated myself to finding ways I could influence young men not to have to go through what I've been through.
What is the first skill that every young man needs to master in today's world?
Learn how to become a protector. It is your job as a good man to know how to defend yourself. Martial art being the number one thing every man out there, no matter the age, should learn. As part of being a protector, you also need to be physically fit. You have to treat your body as it is a machine. Would you put bad gas in your car? I wouldn't. Why do you?
What do you think, in your opinion, is the first martial art that everyone should aspire to kind of learn and master when they're first kind of getting out into it?
Personally, I would go Muay Thai. Without disrespecting the boxing guys out there, boxing is the simplest of martial art. I'm not saying it's the easiest, but it is the simplest because we only use our fists. Unfortunately, in a real fight, when you're not padded like James is right now, it is very easy to break your hand because a skull is a lot harder than your hands. I love Muay Thai. The reason being, there's elbows, there's knees, and there's kicks on top of the punching. And not only that, but you learn how to control somebody from up close.
So our first point we had today was self-defense. Let's go right into number 2. What is the second skill that every young man needs to master in today's world?
Courage. You can have the best plan on the planet. You can be as prepared as you can mentally be. But if you do not have the balls to go after what you want, it's useless. Preparation is nothing without courage. So many people out there are stuck into the preparation mode because they are scared shitless to actually take that first step, which is doing what needs to be done.
How can someone kind of work to adapt the principles of courageousness? Is that something that you can improve on, or is it just something that's more natural?
You can improve on. I'm the perfect example. I was bullied as a kid. I was scared of my bully. He used to physically kick my ass. I was scared. I was a coward back then. But then I learned martial art. I built confidence into myself to know that I was able to defend myself. I took it even further. I stepped into a ring. I have about 12 or 15 amateur fights. I was scared shitless every single time, but I did it to prove to myself that I had what it takes to face my opponents, to face my fears, to face whatever life throws at me.
Guys, if you're enjoying this video, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe for tons of amazing content on the way soon.
Now, don't be a quitter. Make sure to stick around because my best tip is yet to come.
For people who may not have a father figure in their life, who should they look to as a mentor and as an inspiration?
We're in a place in history where we're very lucky because you can go to YouTube, you can go to online websites, you can find somebody on social media that you look up for, that you can listen to their advices. But I personally don't think it's not enough. And that applies for men, that applies for single mothers. If you're raising your boy alone, put him in martial arts because all the good coaches out there are mentors. I've been in martial arts for 20 years. I cannot count how many great coaches I've met, and every single one of them is a mentor to their students, to their fighters, to the people that work for them. So if you don't know where to look for, if you don't know which person on social media to follow, because you never know who you're following, it can be all a front. Martial art gym, you'll find a coach there for sure.
So that brings us into our next skill. What is the next skill that every man needs to learn in today's world?
Being a provider. Because at the end of the day, your job as a man is to provide for your family. You don't want to wait until you have a family in order to become a provider. You need to start way before the family ever gets into the picture. One thing that in today's world we argue about is we believe that men and women are the same. It's completely false. It couldn't be any more false. You as a man need to bring money. This is what you bring to the equation in a relationship with a woman. If you want to have a family, who's the best person to take care of your family? Your wife. My girlfriend does not work because my job is to take care of her so that she can take care of the family, of me, and everything around the family.
Awesome. So that brings us into our fourth skill that every young man should master in today's world. What is number 4?
What we call temperance. For the people out there that are not familiar with Stoicism, it is one of the 4 virtues. In today's world, what it means is self-mastery. You have to realize that you only control 3 things in life: your emotions, your actions, and your reactions. That's it. Anything outside of that, you do not control. But one of the key element that any man should learn is to control their emotions. I'm not saying you should be emotionless, but as a man, your role is to have it under control. Your actions, those are the things you do every day. Are you respectful to the people around you? Do you care about the people around you? This is your job, to be conscious of every single action you take every single day, because not only do they affect our lives, but they affect the life of the people around us. And your reactions, those are when things just tend to happen. So you're stuck in traffic, there's an asshole that cuts you up, what do? Most people don't even think about it 2 seconds. Start beeping, start swaying, throw the middle finger in there. And this is how very, very bad situations can escalate extremely quickly. And all you had to do is realize that it doesn't matter.
So that brings us to our 5th and final point. What is the 5th skill and 5th thing that every man needs to master in today's world?
Faith in yourself, faith in something bigger than yourself. I don't care that you call it God, you call it the universe, you call it nature. There is a bigger force at work, and you need to believe that it will provide you what you need in order to achieve your goals.
So out of all the kind of like skills out there, all the things that men should learn, why do you think faith is so important? Why is that the 5th skill that you chose? How important has it been for you?
Because out of all of the skills that I spoke about, it is the only one you have no control over. You either believe or you don't. But if you read enough biography from great men, every single one of them had faith in something bigger than themselves.
That wraps up today's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Nico gave us his 5 best skills and tips to young men starting out in the world today. Nico, thank you so much for your time, brother. Where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Nico Lagan. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram at Coach Nico Lagan, and on TikTok, Nico Lagan Coach.